Okay, now in our second assignment, assignment 3D, find the product. Okay, we've got x minus 4 times x plus 6. So we need to multiply that out. So I take x times x. I take x times 6. I take negative 4 times x. And I take negative 4 times 6. Okay, x times x is x to the second power. X times 6 is 6x, negative 4 times x, negative 4x, negative 4 times 6, negative 24. Okay, these two get combined. That doesn't combine with anything because that's x to the second, so I add those, 6 to negative 4. It's like 6 minus 4, but you could also add 6 to negative 4, that's 2. Okay, so that's 2x. So the product is x to the second plus 2x minus 24. Okay. Now, what you're doing in this assignment is getting from here back to here. Okay. That's what factoring is called. Factor the expression. So we have x to the power, the first example we got example 1. We have x to the power of 2 minus 4x minus 12. Now this time I have a 1 as my a, b, and then we have a c. So unlike the first assignment where there's just an a and a b, we have a, b, c. Here's what you do with a, b, c to factor it. You make 2 parentheses up here, okay, right there. Then make your table, and you take the a times the c. So 1 times negative 12, that's negative 12. So put a 12 with a negative sign. Now, if we have a negative, we're going to minus to try to get to 4. Okay? So 12 divided by 1 is 12. 12 minus 1 is not 4, though. Now, what happens if we take 12 divided by 2? That's 6. 6 minus 2 is 4, so we have it. Okay? Now, if your a is a 1, and it will always be on this assignment, you can ignore the 1, and you just go x, x, and then put 2 and 6. Now, what signs do we put? Well, look in front of your b, the middle number. It's a minus, so that means the bigger number has to be minus. Okay, whatever that is, we apply that sign to in front of the bigger of the two numbers. Then on a minus, the signs have to be the opposite, okay, on a minus problem with factoring. So if that's minus, that's plus, and that's the answer. This is equal to x plus 2 times x minus 6. Okay, example 2. We have x to the second plus 7x plus 10. Okay. Now we have an a, a b, and a c. So to factor an a and b, c quadratic, you make 2 parentheses in your table. So I take the a times the c. I take 1 times 10. Well, that's 10, okay? Be positive 10. And then we start dividing, okay? So 10 divided by 1 is 10, okay? And we have a positive up here. It's a positive, so this time we're going to add to try to get to 7. But 1 plus 10 is not 7. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 2 plus 5 is 7. We got it. Now, go into your parentheses. If your a is a 1, just get rid of it. You don't need that 1 there anymore. Okay? So you're going to go x times x, because that's x to the second, and you're going to go 2 and 5. Now, the b is plus, so we need plus on the larger of the two numbers for sure. And on an adding problem, the signs have to be the same. The signs have to be the same on adding. Okay? So if that's plus 5, that's plus 2. So it's x plus 5 times x plus 2. Okay, next one, we've got x to the power of 2 plus 7x minus 18. So that's an a, a b, and a c. So an a, b, and a c, we need to make 2 parentheses and make our table. So I take the a number times the c number, 1 times negative 18. It's going to be negative 18. So I got a negative, so I would want to minus the 2 numbers to try to equal 7. So 18 divided by 1 is 18, but 18 minus 1 is not 7. 18 divided by 2 is 9. 9 minus 2 is 7, so we got it. Now take the 1 off of your x squared, and we can just break that into x times x, then 2 and 9. What signs? Well, whatever sign that b is, that 7, that plus, has to be applied in front of the bigger number. Now on a minus, the signs have to be the opposite. So plus, minus. So x minus 2 times x plus 9. Okay, then our last problem, x to the second minus 10x plus 24. So an ABC quadratic needs 2 parentheses if we want to factor it, which is what we do. Those are your answers. So 1 times, you take your a time, trust me, I know it's always ends up as that number, but you're gonna get the problems eventually where that's not a 1, okay? You gotta get in the habit of taking the 1 times the 24. Okay, positive. Okay, so this means we're adding to try to get to 10. So 24 divided by 1 is 24, but that adds to 25, not 10. 24 divided by 2 is 12. 12 plus 2 is not 10, that's 14. 12 divided by 3, 24 divided by 3 is 8. 3 plus 8 is 11, though. We're close, but close doesn't count, okay? 24 divided by 4 is 6. And 4 plus 6 is 10. We have it. So now, get rid of the 1. You don't need that there anymore. If it's a 1, as long as it's a 1, if it's another number, you got to deal with it, but not on this assignment. It won't happen. So x to the seconds, x, 4 and 6. And that minus in front of the 10, we got to make sure whatever's there goes in front of the bigger of the 2 numbers. That's for sure. Now, were you adding or minusing? You were adding, so the signs have to be the same, okay? On a minus, they have to be opposite, okay? But on an adding, they have to be the same. So x plus 4 times x minus 6. Okay, shoot me an email if you're having